Most people buying in this price range make the same mistake. They walk into a dealership, they see a nice-looking interior, they get handed a payment they can live with, and they drive home in a car they'll regret in 18 months. The 2026 Nissan Kicks is designed to look like a great deal. The question is whether it actually is one. That answer is more complicated than Nissan wants you to think. Let's start with what you're actually paying. A base Kicks with destination lands, right around $24,000 to $25,000. That's a real number for this class, and it's competitive. But here's where your decision gets interesting. Step up to all-wheel drive and you're adding $1,500, which changes more than just traction. You lose cargo space because the AWD variant swaps the torsion beam. Rear suspension for a multi-link setup, so you're paying more and carrying less. That trade-off is worth it on winter roads or if ride quality matters to you. But you need to know it exists before you sign anything. A fully loaded Kicks, like the trim tested here with the Bose audio system, moonroof, heated seats, and the cold weather package, pushes to around $35,000 as tested. At that number, you are bumping into serious competition. And that's where this car has to defend itself. Under the hood, there is one engine available in the US, a 2-liter, naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, making around 139 horsepower. 0 to 60 happens somewhere in the 9s. That is not a typo, the 9s. In real-world driving with appropriate tires in cold weather, you're looking at 26 to 29 miles per gallon. That fuel economy is acceptable, but not class-leading. And it comes paired with a CVT gearbox. And before you think every car in this class does the same thing, some of its rivals return equal or better fuel economy, while also feeling noticeably more refined behind the wheel. More on that in a moment. If you're someone who just wants to know what it's like to actually own and drive one of these every day, here is the honest answer. The Kicks is not a bad car, but it is a car that makes certain sacrifices that will matter to you over time, not just on a test drive. Most small channels won't tell you this because they don't want to upset anyone. We'd rather you make the right call the first time. If that kind of ownership-first perspective is useful to you, subscribing means you'll get it every time we cover a new vehicle. Back to the Kicks. The interior is genuinely one of its strongest arguments. The materials in the top trim level are better than what you'll find in a comparably priced Chevy Trax. The infotainment system is easy to use. Nothing fights you. And the overall layout looks more premium than the price suggests. If you're the kind of buyer who spends a lot of time inside the car and less time thinking about how it handles, the Kicks showroom experience is going to feel like a win. Storage is reasonable. Door pockets, center console space, and a decent amount of small item cubbies make daily life practical. With the rear seats up in the all-wheel drive version, you're working with mid-20s cubic feet of cargo capacity. Fold the seats down and you're closer to 60. That's enough for a Costco run, a weekend trip, or hauling gear for 2 people. Rear seat space follows the same pattern as every competitor in this class. If the driver is over 6 feet tall, adult passengers in the back are going to be uncomfortable on anything longer than a short trip. Kids and pets, no problem. Adults on a road trip? That's a different conversation. Safety technology is solid and works as advertised. Adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, and lane keep assist all perform at the level you'd expect from a modern vehicle in this segment. No complaints there and no surprises. Now here is what Nissan doesn't highlight in the brochure. The Kicks sits on an older platform compared to its closest competitors. The Honda HR-V is built on a version of the Civic architecture. The Corolla Cross benefits from Toyota's newer small car foundation. The Kicks is on the Renault-Nissan-Mitsubishi Alliance B-segment platform, and you can feel the difference on the road. The ride is choppier than the HR-V. It is noisier than the Corolla Cross over imperfect pavement. And most American roads are imperfect. The Kicks transmits more of what's underneath you into the cabin. If you test drive this car and immediately drive a Corolla Cross or an HR-V back-to-back, the gap is clear. Not dramatic, but clear. And that gap compounds over 3 or 4 years of daily driving. Depreciation is the other factor worth thinking about before you buy. The Kicks historically does not hold its value as well as the HR-V or the Corolla Cross. It tracks closer to the Trax in terms of resale curve. That means if you're financing this car and plan to trade it in within a few years, you may find yourself underwater. That's not a deal breaker for everyone, but it's the kind of thing you should factor into your total cost of ownership. not just your monthly payment. So where does that leave you? If you genuinely love the way the Kicks looks, and it does have a distinct visual personality that most of this class has abandoned, and if you plan to keep it for a long time, and if road noise and ride quality are not high on your list of priorities, this is a car you can be happy with. The interior will hold up well to daily use. The technology is easy to live with. The fuel economy is acceptable. But if you're choosing between the Kicks and the HR-V or the Corolla, cross and refinement matters to you. Those two vehicles win. They ride better. They're quieter. They'll likely hold their value better. And they're built on platforms that have been proven across multiple vehicle generations. The 2026 Nissan Kicks is not the wrong answer. It is the right answer for a specific buyer. The mistake is assuming it's the right answer for everyone. A full comparison between the Kicks, the HR-V, the Corolla Cross, and the Trax is coming. When it does, you'll want to have already seen this video because context is everything when $35,000 is on the table.